This ABC 15 Flash Briefing is sponsored by Sanderson Ford. Straight up.
Hey, happy Tuesday. I'm Amelia Fabiano with your afternoon update here from ABC15 Arizona. We are on wildfire watch right now as a new fire is burning in southern Arizona. The Presumido Peak Fire is right near the southern border. Here's some video of it. We know so far it's burned about 2,600 acres. It is 0% contained, but all this rain is expected to help. We know it started Saturday and it is caused by people. And it is Wildfire Awareness Week as we prepare for what's expected to be a very busy wildfire season. Last year, almost 75% of fires were started by people. So that's why Arizona's Department of Forestry and Fire Management wants to remind people, be aware of your surroundings.
Know before you go. Once we get fire restrictions in effect, check the fire restrictions website and know where you're going. There's no target shooting on state land. So if you're heading out, make sure you know which jurisdiction you're going to.
Some other tips: make sure your campfires are out cold, of course. Never pull your car off the road either into tall grass. That can spark a fire too. Also, properly maintain your car and your tires as well. And to protect your home, make sure you remove dead or dry vegetation. All right, new developments now in the fight against COVID-19. The FDA expanding the emergency use authorization for another booster dose. This one is for all adults 50 and older. It's for Pfizer and Moderna. The second booster can be given 4 months after the first booster. The CDC is not expected to officially recommend this second booster shot, but instead okay shots to be given to people who want them. As the number of COVID-19 infections goes down in Arizona and across the country, health experts are now warning we're seeing a rise in flu cases, and at a pretty unusual time of year, too. The CDC says flu season typically peaks between December and February usually, but in many parts of the U.S., flu activity is climbing right now. Still, the latest numbers are lower than flu seasons before the pandemic happened. Health experts say the late spike in cases could be because COVID restrictions are rolling back.
The COVID virus is a respiratory virus also. So the measures that have been useful and helpful decreasing transmission of that virus have also played some impact on the influenza virus.
So far, there's been 7,500 flu cases in Arizona this flu season. That's well below the 5-season average, as you can see on this graph here. But you can also see the slight uptick in cases we've had in the past few weeks. Doctors say it's not too late to get your flu shot. Gas prices across the state holding steady right now with no changes overnight with the national or our state average here in Arizona. In Phoenix, the current average is $4.73 a gallon for regular unleaded. In the high country, expect to pay $4.81. Drivers paying less in Tucson, though, at about $4.50 a gallon. And remember, you can find the cheapest prices in your neighborhood at abc15.com/gas. It can be hard to stop yourself from doom scrolling on social media, right? But maybe you just need a digital rest stop. These are posts that are meant to disrupt your feed and bring it back to the present. It could be something like a funny video, even a soothing waterfall. It's not a new concept, but people are posting them more often online, and many right now have the words "congratulations" at the top, which can actually trigger a reward response in your brain.
At work and you just had an unpleasant conversation on the phone, nothing wrong with dialing up some ocean waves for a couple of minutes to kind of reset your baseline.
Right, very soothing, get you in the present. Digital rest stops can break up that scrolling cycle, but it's still not as good as actually closing out those social media apps and just putting down the phone.
Lonnie Graff with your most accurate forecast. Rain chances will continue through the morning and early afternoon hours here in the valley, and it's going to be much cooler as well. So we've got about a 50% chance of rain through about 2 o'clock, and then it drops hour by hour after that as we start to dry out. But our temperatures pretty much start in the 50s, work their way into the 60s by the middle of the afternoon, and will come close to 70 degrees in some valley spots. We might even hit it. 69 is the official forecast high in Phoenix. We'll see 50s and 60s to our south, 70s to our west, 40s for the central portion of the state, and highs in the north of the rim in the 40s today. Tomorrow, 70s stick around. A few light breezes will linger tomorrow, but the bulk of them will wrap up today. And then Thursday, we're back in the 80s, climbing into the mid 80s for the weekend. And our overnight lows are going to stay cooler in the 50s for the next couple of mornings as well, until we start to make our way back into the 80s in the daytime.
All right, another update tonight, but until then, get the latest news, weather, and traffic right at ABC15.com, or of course by downloading our free ABC15 mobile app.
This ABC 15 Flash Briefing is sponsored by Sanderson Ford. Straight up.